Hello everybody, this is the next Vanheim section. So, I've received a Thistle Mace from Abyssia because I traded for it. I didn't mention it last video because I forgot that I did this, but I I paid Abyssia some reasonable sum of gems in order to get this Thistle Mace, which I thought would be important for nature boosting my Amazons. Interesting that Abyssia has this technology, though. Found two magic sites, Garden of Bones and a Glen of Verdant Greenery, which is both very nice, and also an enchanted pyre. Marignon's continuing to boost my unrest. I just fought some Shark Tribe. And then there were a couple battles between my neighbors. This is actually Jotunheim's Pretender, Keeper of the Bridge. Pretty elite guy here. 112 HP, regenerating 10%. This massive line of giants. I mean, I guess there's nothing here. This is just a scout, but... Is there a battle here, really? Yeah, again, not really. But this is Zabalba's primary army, along with his Pretender. This Great Mother, not actually too different from the Keeper of the Bridge. In terms of regeneration, bless. Yeah, so, I mean, they're just trading. One of my scouts got killed in Abyssia's land. Yeah, I mean, this happened, unfortunately. Did get a few gems, though, which is nice. We finished a lot of fortresses. And yeah, we didn't make any progress on Pythium, of course, because we left. And as you can see, Pythium took the bait and decided, yeah, I should keep sieging Agartha. So I'm just continuing to move units around, including getting these underwater mercenaries over here so I can also move them on top of Pythium. Continuing to recruit human troops in my nearby forts, so that way I can shuffle them over to Pythium and break down the walls a little bit faster. But yeah, the rest just continuing to sneak troops around. Yeah, so it looks like Jotunheim's army here is kind of cut off by the frog. And Ind is continuing to be sieged down by Marignon. Probably won't be too long before this fortification cracks open. And no movement from either of these two players, just both kind of staring at each other. I do wonder where Abyssia is getting the nature from. Maybe he has an Awake Pretender with nature on it? I don't remember. I mean, I think he has Amazons. But I thought they were the crystal variety, not the nature variety. Anyway, with my randomed Water 2 Amazon, which was kind of lucky. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. I gave her a Thistle Mace and I'm telling her to site search the province. Which, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's alright. Did find the site for one nature gem and the site for one death gem. What was the other one I found? An enchanted pyre. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's one fire gem. You know, it'll add up. Oops, I changed my actions from a long time ago. But not really anything to say on this turn. Just site searching, building palisades inefficiently. I have a lot of scouts over here. I guess these are all the scouts that I pulled out of Pythium's land, and I'm just repositioning them over to another player who I want more intel on, which is Micklin, because they're involved in a war. So maybe I should have moved them to Zabalba. But look at this like chain of scouts that I'm pushing through the guy's provinces. The only one who I don't really care about is Marignon, because at this point in the game, I have pretty positive relations with the Marignon player. We have an NAP, as much as that can be trusted at this point. I mean, the unrest here is 38 now. Like, it's a... Well, one of us has an NAP, maybe. I certainly don't. I mean, like, building this, like, unforted temple over here on my border, it's like you're trying to push your nasty, nasty ass misfortune dominion on me. Heat scales, you know. I guess I have misfortune as well. I only have misfortune. What? Really? Wasn't there, isn't the throne of misfortune going? That's strange. Thought I had more. Anyway, researching to enchantment 4 now, which does make more sense to get that cloud trapeze. Not really certain I can utilize it super effectively at this point. I mean, these guys are alright. They're, you know, a broadsword is not the greatest weapon to use on horseback, but the unit is acceptable. And having the reactionary power of cloud trapeze is nice. I suppose, yeah, if I click on this, you can see the various provinces that I can hit from this coastal fortress. Same thing up here, too. Man, just look at how much mobility I have from this one position. Isn't this insane? I have so much room to maneuver around. Also recruited a Vanadrot, and he got Air 4. This is what the randoms look like. So getting an Air 4 Vanadrot is pretty nice. This guy can make my Air Booster if I want to get to Air 5, and do some like pretty insane high level air magic. So it would be very important to keep this elf alive. Rare resource. And immediately I go back to research or recruiting Dwarven Smiths. Don't be like me. Don't recruit this many Dwarven Smiths, at least not at this point in the game, because it's like, what the hell am I doing with them? I'm actually having them research with owl quills. It's like, you know, don't get me wrong, it's a good mage, it's just like, I'm not really putting it to good use. I'm sort of already doing what I should be doing with a number of them, which is site searching. So it's like, why do I need even more, you know? Probably better to get more Vanadrots so I can get, say, Blood 2, or get an Earth 1, which would be kind of nice for thugging. You know, you can cast Iron Skin. Or just another Air 4 Vanadrot. You can never have too many Air 4 mages. And, I mean, it's just a super, super powerful mage at Air 4. Can do everything that you want him to do. Like cast Storm, for example. I mean, this is a critical spell for Vanheim that I am not researching in favor of enchantment and then construction. Probably getting a little blood magic would be good. Just at least one for the Sabbath Master and Sabbath Slave. And then going Evocation. Not even that much Evocation's really necessary. Like, even, you know, Lightning Bolt would be okay. You know, totally usable spell. Or I could go 4, get Thunderstrike. I mean, you've seen, if you've been watching the series, you've seen the power of Thunderstrike as Pythium's been putting it to good use against Agartha. And, you know, that kind of worried me as I was preparing this invasion. I was like, you know, I mean, if he's got Thunderstrike, I have, you know, somewhat, I have 10 shock resistance, but it's not really gonna save me. Let's see, do I have a van hanging out somewhere that I can click on? Please? Yeah, so these guys have 13 hit points. I think I have a little more with my bless, but still, if you're hitting me for 24 lightning damage, it's possible to kill a van in one shot. I think the Undying will push me over the edge, that I'll stay alive but die after the battle. If you only get struck with one Thunderstrike. But we shall see. Not much to really comment on this turn, just my treasury, like this bank account, there's no fucking interest in Dominions 5, you know, this is just stupid. It is really dumb that I'm holding on to 2.5k gold, and I have all these elves that could easily move to these provinces and build up this infrastructure, but I'm just going to have to scramble to do it later, as when I realize, like, oh shoot, I don't have labs or temples anywhere. I mean, I've already commented on this, but it's just really moronic. I don't know why I did it this way. It's very stupid of me. I think the military action against Pythium is smart, especially since he's so committed in this engagement over here. But, I still think it's a big mistake. And forget, like, maybe not even Abyssia getting involved with Pythium. If Pythium was trying to get an ally, it could get Mictlan. Mictlan's got a very fast, mobile flying force that can also abuse this sort of ocean between us to hit a lot of my coastal provinces. I mean, a lot of my provinces are on the coastline. Same thing with the frogs too. But I mean, the frogs are engaged in a war, and Mictlan's also engaged in a war, where he's taken pretty considerable casualties up to this point. I don't know. It's difficult. It is quite difficult. I still have all these dwarven hammers that I made that I'm not using. I guess that's why I'm going construction for. I mean, I get Legions of Steel, which is a very, very good spell. Super nice to have. And it'll be better when I've got all these dwarven smiths, so definitely will be able to put it to good use. Is it a priority research goal for this nation? Probably not. Doesn't really improve their protection that much. It's nice. Anyway, I'm simply rambling. This is the end of the video.